to Season 2, Episode 9 of the Cinema Dash. I'm Gabbs.
And I'm DeGe.
And we're back after a little break there.
Yeah. So, we thought it would be a kind of a cool idea if we, so with Civil War coming out, we were planning on taking just a little bit of a break before, because now that everything's like winding down in the semester, we're getting a lot of work.
Yeah, in terms of college, we started getting like all this like work that they just now decide to give us.
Yeah, so we've been pretty busy, but now that the semester's winding down, we're definitely going to see a lot more content on the channel, so that's going to be really cool. But so we thought we'd take a little bit of a break since Civil War was coming out, and we had a good idea. So I called Ant up the other night, and I said, hey, let's review the first two Captain America movies.
And I said, yeah, that's a cool idea, bro.
Yeah,
just like that.
Just like that. Just exactly how it happened. So last night we watched the first Captain America, the First Avenger.
Yep.
And yeah, we're going to do a little review of it. Yeah. And then later we're going to watch Winter Soldier, and then we'll review that next week. So yeah, both of these episodes will be coming out around next week. Give me Sunday to edit both of them. We'll be good. So yeah, we got together last night. We watched Captain America 1, and now we're gonna do a review of it.
Yeah.
So
here we go.
Obviously this movie came out before we started the channel, and I actually haven't seen it since in theaters. Actually,
it's on like FX sometimes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen it since it was in theaters.
All like the Avengers 1 movies are like always on FX now.
Right.
I was gonna say Netflix, but that's not true.
Okay, so yeah, so I guess we'll start off with a little bit of a basic story.
Yeah, I mean, like, actually, weird trivia about this. This movie and Thor came out in 2011.
Yeah.
Avengers was supposed to come out in 2011, but because these movies took so gosh darn long to make, they had to push it back a year. So I thought that was kind of cool, or kind of interesting, rather.
Interesting.
So the reason why Avengers in 2012 is because of these two movies. And yeah.
I actually didn't know that. It's pretty cool.
So yeah. Also, you will be happy to know that we have our signature waters here today.
Oh, of course.
But I decided to go and throw a little curveball.
Yeah, you were a prick and decided to bring in Arnold Palmer.
I brought my Arnold Palmer from my house, and
well then.
If you ever decide to pay us money for advertising for Arnold Palmer, I'll be glad to whore
Arnold
myself.
Palmer. Let's go.
I'll be glad to whore myself.
So yeah, let's start off with a little bit of a basic story.
Yeah.
Pretty much, Captain America, or Steve Rogers, is a scrawny little guy who gets bullied a lot, and he wants to join the military, but he keeps getting denied because of his many health problems.
Yeah, he's just a weakling.
He's just a scrawny little guy.
They really push that weakling feeling.
Yeah, really. So he gets recruited into this experiment led by Stanley Tucci. I forgot the guy's name.
We know the actor's name at least.
Yeah, Stanley Tucci, and he undergoes this experiment and becomes muscular, super strong, and can regenerate.
Becomes a buff boy.
Yeah, becomes a buff boy. Becomes a certified hot boy.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes and he fights the Nazis and Hydra.
Mm-hmm. And the whole time.
And he fights Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, and the whole time he's all like, "Oh, we gotta get the Tesseract, and we gotta make power out of it, and like make weapons and weaponize it really just weaponize it."
Yeah. And it's really just the origin story of Captain America and all the things that he went through and how eventually
really just builds up Avengers 1.
Yeah, it really just sets up the Avengers 1. So yeah, first impressions. Well, I guess this doesn't apply here because I
remember the first time we saw it together.
Yeah, we did see it together. Just goes to show how far back we go with the
2011
seeing movies and stuff.
Yeah. And I think we both liked it coming out.
No, yeah, I remember. I saw it twice in theaters, actually. I remember. I really liked it when it was in theaters. So
I liked myself.
I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know if it was like a nostalgia type thing going into this movie or like a just because I was excited to watch it.
I wouldn't say nostalgia thing. I just remember it from 5 years ago.
Fond memories.
Yeah.
So, but I was excited to rewatch it because I hadn't seen it in a while. I was wondering whether it held up or not. So yeah, what about you, Ant? Any fond memories?
Yeah, I just remember seeing it with you 5 years ago, walking out of the theater and being like, yeah, that was a good movie. I actually really liked it. Mm-hmm. And at that point in time, I think we thought it was the best Marvel movie.
I think, yeah, right? Because there was only Iron Man before that, right? And then the Incredible Hulk?
I believe so.
Yeah, it was only Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk. And I'm not sure if Thor came out before this one.
I think Thor came out after.
But I hated Thor, so whatever.
Yeah. The Thor movies are really just like the bummer movies of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
They're not really that great.
But still... And this is kind of one thing I kind of want to talk about in like a separate video, I guess.
What's that?
And I guess I can try to make it my own. I kind of want to talk about how there are bad Marvel movies, but there's still some kind of like, there's still some element in them that makes them fun to watch.
Like a charm kind of thing? Yeah,
but
totally.
In retrospect to how we see like the DC cinematic universe and how each movie just fucking terrible.
So far.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed for Suicide Squad.
And like
fingers
how there's just no element of fun or anything at all.
No, they're all dark and gritty and just
mopey.
Mopey. Melodramatic.
So yeah, like there are bad Marvel movies. Like there's bad elements to each one, but like they're still fun to watch and, they're still enjoyable, even if most of them are bad. Like Thor. I enjoy Thor 1. I don't like it. I just enjoy watching it. Like it's a good background movie. Like when you're like taking a paper or something.
Right.
Like it's on Netflix often. It's on FX. There you go. FX. It's on FX often, and I watch it while I'm doing something else. And it's a good background movie. Like it's good.
Speaking of Netflix, actually, recently Netflix made a deal with Disney, and we're getting all the Marvel movies and all the Star Wars movies on Netflix soon.
Nice.
So that's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be a great weekend or week or however long it takes me to watch all those movies, or rewatch all those movies.
Probably 2 or 3 days, honestly.
Yeah, whatever. I got nothing better to do. No, I'm just kidding. But
that's where we live. Keep in mind.
Yeah. So, what did you think, Ant? After rewatching this movie, what did you think?
It definitely didn't age well, I think. But overall, it's still an enjoyable movie. But like, good. It's a good movie. Like, it's a good C+ movie.
C+. I agree. Like, I liked it still. I remember getting that same kind of fun feeling while watching the movie. But I have to say, it did not. I don't think it aged particularly well. It's especially the visual effects.
Yeah.
The visual effects look.
All the focus was not
really that great. But then again, actually, there's kind of no excuse for it because I was about to say like, it was like they were like Marvel was taking a risk and I guess they didn't put that much money into the FX. But then I realized the Iron Man looks fantastic still.
You know what? Quick question.
So
look up how much the money for the budget in this movie
for Captain America.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was well over $100 million.
Yeah, we're doing some behind the scenes
research right now. Well,
go to the IMDb. No, down there, down, right there.
It's not gonna show the budget.
Yes, it will.
Hold on,
it's like at the bottom.
Hold on. I got this.
All right, fine.
I got this. Sorry, everybody. We're curious.
No, it's fine.
$140 million.
Yeah, that's no excuse for the bad.
There's no excuse.
Yeah,
for
there's really no
excuse.
excuse.
The FX were not really that great, honestly.
Where'd all that money go? Like honestly, like
maybe practical effects, or maybe like.
You're telling me Red Skull's face.
Then again, it was a period. It was a period piece, so probably the set design too. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's one thing that I really, really did. It's probably my favorite part about this movie is that they really nailed the 1940s New York, like, on the dot. And I also really liked how it was kind of meta, in a sense, because, like, Captain America was, like, a U.S. propaganda thing in the 40s, like, against the Nazis and the Japanese and stuff. And how they portrayed that in this movie was he was, again, a symbol against the Nazis and Japanese.
They showed him off.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, how Captain America was pretty much the symbol of America in the 40s. Like, because he was so popular within, like, comic books and among, like, kids and stuff like that. People wanted to be him. And I really like how they kind of took that route in the movie about how, like, he was a hero in America and, like, he encouraged people to buy safety bonds, or war bonds, I mean.
Helped fund the government.
The government. Yeah, the army and stuff like that. And I just really liked how they kind of, like, it was, like, really self-referential within that like kind of storytelling. And also again the production design was great. Like they really nailed the 40s. All the cars are real, all classic cars. Even though most of it was CGI, I really like how they built like really big sets and then just covered the background around with CGI and stuff like that. But again, it really nailed the whole look of the 40s, and I really have to appreciate the level of detail that they went into while doing that.
I was talking to you about this during the movie. We paused it, and I said if you played this movie back in the 40s, this would be it's a propaganda movie. It's like, it's a modern propaganda movie, honestly.
But I mean, like, if you played this back in the 40s, it would definitely be a propaganda movie. But if you played it now, this is what, like, I wouldn't say it'd be a propaganda movie. I would say like it's showing that this is what America thought back in the 40s, you know?
Yeah.
Because this is how America was. Like they would actually have like heroes, like people dress up as heroes and punch fake Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
Hell, they wrote comic books about Captain America killing Adolf Hitler and stuff like that.
The cover of a Captain America comic was him punching Hitler.
Yeah, exactly.
It couldn't be any cooler.
But yeah, I just really like, again...
I wish I was that right.
Yeah, right? Punching Hitler. I just really like the whole self-referential stuff like that,
Yeah.
and how they really just nailed the period pieces and stuff like that. What did you like?
What? Yeah, I really like just the acting in general. I thought it was very good. I like some of the dialogue they kind of like spat out there. Like sometimes like you and I would say like, oh, that was a good line.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that one.
Yeah.
There's that one Hugo Weaving line where he's like talking to like the Nazi guys, where he's like, oh, too much power in the wrong hands, like some weakling guy, blah blah blah. And you're like, ooh, that's a good line.
Yeah. I forgot what the line was.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, I remember that was a good line too. It was like,
and then
oh,
and there's like
I can't remember it now.
And like when you're watching like the trailer for Civil War now, like they throw in a couple of lines from this movie. So
Yeah,
it's
like
kinda,
I could do this all day.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Captain America says that twice.
So you're just kind of like, ha, I saw what you did there, trailer.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Yeah,
I know what you're doing.
I know what you're doing. But yeah, I have to say, Chris Evans is an awesome Captain America. Like
Yeah.
I remember, like even in the more modern movies, like with Avengers 2 and Avengers 1 and this one coming up, I have to say, like he's a really, really good Captain
Yeah.
America. Like he's
And
awesome.
And the fact that he came from the Human Torch,
Yeah,
from Fantastic Four 2,
yeah.
to this,
He definitely learned how to act in between.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just thought he was great.
not only that, he learned how to buff up, dude.
No, dude, are you kidding me? Also, Tommy Lee Jones, probably my favorite.
Hashtag beefcake. I want that to get
Hashtag beefcake. Hashtag hot boy. But yeah, Tommy Lee Jones.
Beef boy.
Beef boy. Hashtag hot beef. I have to say.
I imagine like a quick edits with this, or just a picture of like a plate of beef. It's like
Steaming, it's sizzling beef. I have to say though, Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh yeah, he's
Definitely probably my favorite character.
He's
in
the
this
best
movie.
part of this movie.
Yeah, honestly, he honestly like whatever Tommy Lee Jones is in, and he has like quick fire, rapid dialogue. He's just great. He knows how to handle really quick dialogue, and it really excels in this movie. He's really funny. He's really sarcastic, but again, he really like radiates this like serious kind of general tone, while also having some really, really funny lines. I have
Yeah.
to say. There was some great lines where I remember you and me were just laughing our asses off to them, and it was awesome.
Like the one scene where he's like interrogating the doctor guy who kind of
Yeah.
looks like an old baby. He's like, look, I got you dinner. And he's like, he's eating it.
Yeah, he's eating it. It's awesome.
You know how hard it is to get a steak like this, dude? I mean, like, come
Prime
on.
cut. I was like, damn straight, Tommy Lee Jones, you're awesome. But yeah, Tommy Lee Jones is great. Haley Atwell's great as Peggy Carter. I always had a huge crush on her. I remember the first time we saw the movie, I was like, who is that? And I immediately Googled who she was. I was like, you're hot.
She's pretty cute.
She's a cutie pie.
She's cute.
Cutie pie. But yeah, she was great in this movie. Really, and again, what I really liked is that she wasn't just eye candy.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean-
in the beginning of the movie, like,
I mean, now she has her own TV show, so it's
Yeah.
like she's gonna be like a strong, independent, like female leading character, and like that's kind of like, and they succeeded with that, which
Yeah.
is good. And they made a TV show of her, which I don't think I haven't seen it.
I heard it was really good though. Like I heard it was actually fantastic.
I heard it started off as a mini series, but then they started like, oh, if it's good, getting good reviews, then we should just make it bigger.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, I just really liked how like she wasn't like eye candy. She was like a really strong character, and she like kicked ass too. She was awesome. Who else was really good in this movie?
I mean, like this is something for like the bad part of the movie, but like in the beginning, like I kind of don't like how they started off her character, because I said it to you, like all she is just like some eye candy, and like she says one thing, like she tells like the troops to do one thing, that's like do push-ups and stuff, and like that's, that's not really that like. I mean, I could tell a bunch of people to do push-ups, and like that's like the same effect, really.
Yeah, I guess I totally see where you're coming
But like,
from. on that.
but in the end, she gets stronger and stronger.
Yeah, she just becomes a better character, I'd say,
Yeah.
like as the movie progresses. I have to say, Hugo Weaving is awesome in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
He's a really good Red Skull. Hugo Weaving's been one of my favorite actors for a really long time. Like I loved him in V for Vendetta. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I have it. I read the graphic novel.
Okay.
And
yeah.
and that was really good.
Yeah, and the movie's great too. Hugo
It's on
Weaving plays a
Netflix, so-
fantastic V.
It's on Netflix.
I think it is. Yeah, we should totally watch that. It was a great movie.
I would do a review of it.
Totally. But yeah, Hugo Weaving's great in this movie. Who else is good in this movie? Honestly, I don't remember there really being a bad performance. I mean, maybe the man baby,
Yeah.
the other doctor.
The
I
old
don't remember
person
him really
baby.
being that great. But Stanley Tucci was really good. I really liked him in the movie.
For the time he was in the
For the
movie.
time he was in the movie, yeah, I thought he was pretty good.
There were some times where the actors were like kind of lost their accent.
Yeah, there was definitely like Dominic Cooper sometimes. Like he's a British actor.
But he's good though.
But he's a fantastic Howard Stark, and I'll continue to defend the point that anybody who gets cast as a Stark is perfect. Dominic Cooper is a fantastic Howard Stark, and Robert Downey Jr. obviously is an amazing Tony Stark. The embodiment of Iron Man. Yeah. He is Iron Man now, and it's awesome. But yeah, Dominic Cooper was great in this movie. Natalie Dormer was pretty funny, although she was pretty much just there.
She was in 2 scenes.
She was in 2 scenes.
That's the one bad thing about this movie. Like, one bad thing about this movie. First off, Natalie Dormer is perfect. Number two,
you couldn't tell Gabbs has a massive crush on Natalie Dormer.
Yeah, she and Jenna Coleman, who is also perfect, who are both like pretty well-known actresses now because of Game of Thrones and Doctor Who, are wasted now because like you can't really use them in a movie like in a Marvel movie anymore because like they're only in that 1 or 2 scenes.
True.
Jenna Coleman being like one of the first scenes of the movie, and then like Natalie Dormer having like the 2.
But then again, how many people are going to remember that Jenna Coleman? She was in it for a collective like 35 seconds.
If you look at her IMDb, she's credited for being in Iron Man and Captain America, and like it's one of like the movies like
as what Bucky's date.
No, she's most well known for.
Really?
Yeah. I think if you go on the IMDb, you'll see like the 4 things that she's most well known for. It's like that's one of the 4.
Really?
Along with Natalie Dormer.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then again, Natalie Dormer, has she ever been in like anything besides like Game of Thrones and this? Like huge productions? Well, she was in The Forest, right?
Yeah, but like that's like after both of these.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I just know that Jenna Coleman was in Doctor Who, and that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, huge deal, yeah.
Even though it's a shitty TV show.
Wow. Way to piss off our Whovian fan base. None of them. But anyway. But yeah, performance-wise, great. Cast was great.
Yeah.
What are some other things I really the action was good.
Yeah.
I really like the action. When not using CGI.
Yeah.
But the practical action was really cool. I really like the scene with the motorcycles.
Yeah.
Where that was really cool. The motorcycle chase.
I always like the fact that the shield can go in front of the motorcycle. I didn't realize that till like I bought like actually a Lego set, and my cousins did, and they had like the one motorcycle toy, and like you can put the shield in the front. I'm like, oh, I forgot that they can do that.
Yeah, it's
awesome. In the movie.
It's awesome.
So,
but yeah, the action was great in this movie. Really cool. Overall, there's a lot more. I would say there's a lot more things that I like about this movie than I dislike.
Yeah.
So,
which is good.
Yeah, which is really good. But then again, this movie does have flaws.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it does have flaws.
And we pointed out that like it kind of wastes good actresses and actors.
It does waste good actresses. Unfortunately, because Natalie Dormer's a great actress and Jenna Marie Coleman's a great actress. So like seeing them, and like I understand that they were pretty much unknown at this point.
Yeah,
but like again, I wouldn't mind seeing them in more Marvel movies. You know,
as some kind of leading lady or whatever.
Yeah, totally. And now that Natalie Dorman's pretty much hit superstardom, like
I would say superstardom.
Well, not superstardom, but she's definitely
like Amelia Clark has hit superstardom because like she when you think Game of Thrones, you think of her really.
And Peter Dinklage
did that too. They're really the 2 like main focuses of that show. But
she plays Daenerys, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We both don't watch.
Yeah, I don't watch the show, so I wouldn't know. I'm planning on getting into it though. It's on my watch list.
My brother's a big fan.
Yeah, so is our friend Kevin. So, yeah, but I would definitely like to see. Unfortunately, in the movie,
I like to see more of them. Maybe not in a Marvel movie, but in something else.
Like totally. Yeah. But that's just one thing. It wastes great actresses. But I think the biggest glaring flaw with this movie is definitely the visual effects. They have not held up at all.
Like I don't know if we said anything like 5 years ago when we first saw the movie, but like they really didn't like.
Yeah, because probably we didn't just notice it because I remember watching like when we watched it, we didn't like watch it as like a critical analysis like we did last time.
We just watched it as
just to watch it, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember we did really like it, but we didn't notice just how poorly the CGI held up. There is some really lazy green screen in this movie. Some really lazy visual effects. I think it was most notably the green screen.
There was that one scene with Hugo Weaving's like many faces that was it was supposed to be like come off as menacing, but just came off as funny.
Yeah, exactly. I remember we took pictures of it, and it was like using it
for
reaction photos.
No, not that one. Like the one where it's like many faces of him.
Oh yeah, like the montage. Yeah. I think the laziest, like, I think it's just the green screen because like the one scene where Bucky falls off the train and stuff, that was just awful. It's like, also when Captain America jumps out of the plane, it looks not good at all.
Oh yeah, it looks like PS2 graphics.
It looks like PS2 graphics. But I think the one that I noticed first was when they were at the World's Fair or the big tech fair, and it was just you could tell it was like one section of a street, and then like the rest of it was just green screen, but it was like really poorly done green screen. And I don't know, it just really took me out of the movie at that point.
Also, the idea of what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it continues in continuity or something like that.
Continuity.
Continuity. Thank you. Yeah, like there's some parts of the movie where I pointed out like, there's a flag in this scene, but in the next shot it's gone. Oh,
but I would say that's more nitpicky.
He gets but like some of it's noticeable. Like he gets shot in
very noticeable.
He gets shot in the side in one scene, and then later on in that one scene. The shot of the bullet is gone, the rip in the clothing is gone, and the blood stain on the clothing is gone.
Right.
Like nothing ever happened.
Right.
So it's a little nitpicky, but yeah.
Yeah, but there's definitely continuity issues. I would say there's definitely visual effects issues. I would say. It also like kind of falls into it also feels really formulaic in this movie because like while the plot I think is pretty strong in most cases, I would say it definitely falls into that whole like cliche. Johann Schmidt is a pretty good villain, I have to say, but but at some points in the movie he really falls into that whole mustache twirling, I tied your girlfriend to the train tracks kind of villain. And like while I think that he plays a really good Red Skull and his makeup was awesome and that his performance was really good, he definitely does fall into that what I just said, like that whole, dastardly.
Yeah, he's like, with the Tesseract, I will rule the world.
Yeah, he's like twiddling his fingers together and stuff like that. He
kind of reminds me of like a Frankenstein kind of situation because he's got the little doctor guy, the younger guy, not the younger one, the smaller
man
doctor.
baby.
Yeah, him, and like he's the his assistant.
Yeah.
No, I'm not like the Frankenstein's assistant.
Yeah.
I'm blanking.
Igor,
thank you. They're kind of like that. Kind of reminds me of that, and like he's kind of like manipulating this like organic material to be something much stronger and weaponize it essentially. And like kind of not like Frankenstein, but like he's making it like not what it should be in a sense.
Yes. No, I definitely see there's definitely some parallels in between those two properties, but like I could totally see where you're coming from on that. It's just I feel like they could have written certain sections of his character to be a little bit better, because like there's the whole like cliche like, why don't you stay and fight me, and then he just runs away into the elevator and he goes away.
He's like, got him.
You got him. Wrecked. And there's also where it's like that one like a very cliche scene where like he's like testing out this new weapon and he tests it out on the Nazis. And it's like in other movies when like the big villain tests a weapon out and he tests it on his own people and stuff like that. It's just things that could have been really a lot less cliche and done better,
Which is kind of like where I said like you can kind of play this movie back in the 40s and be like, oh yeah, it's a propaganda movie. Like
totally.
If it were played that time, it wouldn't be cliche. It would be seen as like, oh yeah, like this is clearly a bad guy, and Captain America is clearly the guy that's trying to do the right thing, and that's why I think this, if you were to play this movie back in the 40s, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah. And another really kind of glaring flaw that this movie has is that Captain America clearly states in the movie that he doesn't kill. Yet he's killed like 50 people in this movie. There's a body count in this movie.
And I've told you once, if not twice, if not 3 times before, he's killing Nazis.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying,
would you not kill a Nazi?
Again, we had this discussion. I would smother baby Hitler with a pillow. Oh. Okay? I would do it. But it's just it looks stupid. Like, I get they're Nazis. I'm totally for him killing Nazis. But it just looks stupid when he says, I don't want to kill anybody. I don't like people bullying other people.
Yeah.
And then like 10 minutes later, he's breaking people's necks and shooting people with like a pistol. It just doesn't mesh well. If they didn't mention that, like if he didn't say like, yeah, I'm never gonna kill people. If he didn't say that, then sure, that I'm all for it. I mean, it wouldn't follow the comics, but I don't really care. I mean, but they specifically mention it, so again, it's one of the continuity issues we were talking about. So like, it just doesn't really mesh well, and it kind of takes me out of the movie, but it doesn't ruin the experience for me. Yeah. It's just action at this point.
The one thing that I saw in this movie, besides that, is the kind of like love triangle situation that they tried to force in with
with Natalie Dormer, him, and Peggy.
Yeah,
that lasted all but 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, not even 5 minutes.
No, not even 5 minutes. Like 2 minutes. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you don't fondue with Howard, and she's like, you really don't know a woman, and like cuts to like Howard saying like, yeah, Fondue's like cheese, dude, and like, oh yeah, by the way, here's like your shields and shit.
Yeah, again, it's just a very unnecessary plot point, I would say. Like,
it creates tension that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, exactly. Because and then
it didn't really need it.
And then it's automatically resolved when he sees like when she sees the locket that he has of her and stuff like that, and it's like, okay, whatever. That plot point is completely just done now. Yeah. It's done. But yeah, aside from some narrative issues, aside from some continuity issues, and the glaring problems with the CGI, I would definitely say that Captain America, I would say, still holds up today.
Yeah,
and I still think it's a pretty good movie.
I think it's a quality movie. Don't get me wrong, but like, it has its flaws. Every movie has its flaws.
Yeah, totally. No movie's perfect. No movie's perfect. Oh, hello. No movie's perfect besides driving Mad Max Fury Road and The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, but it's
and Back to the Future.
And Back to the Future, but definitely movies. Every movie has its flaws. It's just this movie really doesn't have good CGI, and it has some continuity and narrative issues. Yeah. But overall, I would say this movie still holds up today. And I'm gonna, if I would throw my shield and break.
The same thing.
I would throw my shield and break 7.5 Nazis' necks out of 10 with it.
God damn, I was gonna do the shield thing too. No, I got it. This is good. One up you. I would punch Hitler 7 times out of 10.
Honestly, it's fine. That's absolutely fine.
I would punch Hitler 7 times out of 10.
7 times out of 10.
Yep.
So yeah, that's our review of Captain America.
Yeah.
Honestly, again, enjoyed it. So yeah, look for this review next week. It's definitely going to be out by either. I would say either.
I don't know why you're
Monday,
saying. I don't know why you're saying this in the review. It's going to be out when we. You're just like, oh, it's gonna be out next week. This review.
I meant to say Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like this. Winter Soldier should be out next week. We're gonna actually watch that
sometime after this one.
Yeah, definitely after this one. Look for this one. This one's gonna be out around. I would say Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. But yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody. We love you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for doing
comment,
whatever.
subscribe, and DeGe just stop.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Shut your whore mouth, Gabbs. All right. Well, I'm DeGe.
And I'm Gabbs.
Thanks for watching, everybody.